let's transition to something that I think is very vital and important that we observe as leaders at all levels. We're talking about every level of leadership, right? The perks and benefit of leadership. Wow, like what? Yeah, man, there is some perks and benefits of being the boss. One of the perks, you don't have to do what you used to do. You just tell people to do what you used to do. Like move that over there. Go get that. Make sure that it looks like this. Even if you didn't always do it, you know what right looks like. Now you can hold other people accountable to get it right. That's a perk and benefit of leadership, definitely. Let's just tell the truth about it. That man, we knew what right looked like as we were coming up. Now we can hold other people accountable to making sure it looks right. Um, and sometimes we didn't always make sure it looked right, but now we have the authority and power to make sure it does. And some of us hold that as a sacred, privilege. Like, oh man, I understand what you're going through. And others will say, hey, I don't care what you're going through, just get it done. Because I'm working on my next level of leadership. Um, and the other person that cares about, hey, I understand what you're going through, and that's more empathetic, they're working on their next level of leadership, right? So it goes both ways. So think about that. Let's think about that for a minute. How many times did you use a perk and benefit of being a leader to make a difference? And how many times did you use the perk and benefit of being a leader not to be held accountable for making a difference? Like, hiding in the corners instead of standing out front, taking the good, bad, or indifferent of leadership, of what comes with being a leader. And they're both dynamics. Now, I would say this right here. One dynamic is when you step out front and you take those bumps and bruises of being a leadership, everybody sees that. And everybody that can visibly see it, they appreciate it. They appreciate you going through that grind and grinder for them to help make their lives a little better. Now, they also see the person that's using the perks and benefit for their own selfish reasons. They see you standing in the corners. They see you not getting anything done unless you have somebody that you can tell to do it. Meaning, it can be some trash on the floor. You won't get a broom. Why? Because you have people that get the broom. And until you get somebody that can get the broom, you just let it. It's just normal to see trash on the floor. And the funny part is sometimes we make that our excuse, a reason. Well, I don't have anybody to do it. Now, as I said earlier, we came from that. So we know what right looks like. So as a leader, is it really fair to know what right looks like, but you allow wrong to exist? Think about that for 1 second. As a leader, is it fair to know what right looks like, but you allow wrong to exist when you have the benefits and perks of being a leader to make a difference? What do we do with that? How do we even, man, it's like one of them things I can't answer. But you can answer it. So let me ask you this question as well. What does it do for an environment, right? A work environment, to have leaders that know what right looks like, but they allow wrong to exist? What are some things that come out of that? One thing that comes out of it, I know for a fact, is that you're only going to have a few leaders doing the robust part of the work. Oh yeah, you're going to have, Fred, Tammy. They will accomplish any and everything. They will help any and everybody. And those leaders that sit back and enjoy the perks of being a leader and allow wrong to exist, they're going to use Tammy and Fred to death. They're going, hey, you got anybody? Because they know that Tammy and Fred's team get after it. They get work. They get it done. So guess what? If I'm one of the leaders that allow wrong to exist and I'm not going to make sure my schedule is right, all I'm going to do is lean on the labor of Fred and Tammy's hard work of developing their team and creating those high quality team members and systems. Hey, do you have anybody? Why? Because I could depend on their workers coming over because they're going to get it done. Funny, right? But I can't depend on my own to get it done. Why? Because they are a direct reflection of you. That's the transparency I just talked about earlier. Is the best way to improve is transparency with yourself. Now, could you imagine how that leader goes about daily activities knowing that? Think about that for a minute. Let's think about that for 1 second. Knowing that you hadn't taught the people to grind it, to work hard, or even if you have, they still look at you, right? They look at you as in, hey, you are the keepers of the standard, and every time I see you, you allow wrong to exist. What do I mean by that? Not doing your work. You in the corner, you're always talking with other team leaders or other people, not about work. Or the scheduling is always, not always, the scheduling is not conducive to get all hands on deck. So think about these things. Allowing wrong to exist. Now, let's go to the 180. What does that leader do that say, hey, wrong is not going to exist here? One thing I'm going to do is create systems that hold independent, individual accountability. That if you are not achieving this standard, we have systems in place to help you understand what's expected of you or to help you achieve that standard. Yeah, that's important. Now, those leaders that know what right looks like, but will not allow wrong to exist. Let's talk about some things they may be thinking or going through as they work each day. Assessments, right? Analysis. Hey, look at what the organization requires, and now let's look at how I can implement a process or a program within my team that we all understand with that one voice. The one voice of high quality work, right? Let's simplify it. High quality work, high quality effort in everything we do, no matter how large or small. So I think that leader a lot of times is doing a lot of hands-on, doing a lot of the work that the other leader wouldn't. That the leader that allowed wrong to exist, I don't think they get their hands dirty a lot. But that leader that does allow right to exist or will not allow wrong to exist, man, they're always, it's just like they're not a leader. It's like they want a member of the team getting it done. And that's the workload. If it's workload where, hey, the work is caught up, everybody's doing their job, everybody's doing great, it's no hurry up and get it done. A lot of team members are like, hey, boss, I don't want you over here doing this. I got it. You go do admin, you go do that stuff and help us keep our job. You go do that. We take pride in making sure you have that time to get that done. But when it's time where, hey, it needs to grind out, those same team leaders or team members say, hey, boss, we probably need a little help in doing this and that we got going on next week, this week. We're kind of short because, Tammy has, something to do, so we need an extra hand. Got it. I'm here. So the admin portion will be put off to later. One voice. That's the team. That's the team that has one voice right there, and it's not one of those things. Well, uh, I'm going to let somebody else fail on this team. Like I said before, hey, all good teams, it becomes a co-op. Hey, we're in this together. We don't allow things to exist that are not conducive for our growth and future aspirations of being better than we were yesterday. Um, and that's that leader that gets in there and understands the dynamics, understands the admin, and those team members understand the difference. Hey, we know we have to allow our supervisors to do these things, and we also know whenever we need, the supervisor is going to be there. What do leaders do that will not allow or fight against allowing wrong to exist? They put a lot of hours in. They do things without thinking about it or caring about it. They get it done. They don't care if they have to go talk to 50 people. They don't care if they have to work extended hours on that one thing to get it accomplished. They don't care if they're shorthanded. They don't care if they know how to do it. They'll research and figure it out. But one thing that I know, that leader refuses to take credit. No, 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 no. My team, this is how we do it. This is how we get down. This is what we do. We make things happen without looking for anything in return other than, hey, we know we did good hard work. Team dynamics.